You ready? You ready?
Only joking. I'm not actually driving.
Hello and welcome to the inside of Joe's fucking car. We're now going to talk about our games of the year.
We were meant to film this outside, but it started pissing down the rain. So.
I mean, if you watch our last video, it was getting pretty unreasonable while we were filming. We just, because we're professionals, we just...
we kept soldiering on.
Yeah, so now we're driving on the... Joe! We're now sitting in the car park near a hotel that used to be... This used to be a hotel.
This used to be Howard Park Hotel in Kilmarnock.
And now it's just a car park. A damning indictment of our modern culture. Why wouldn't you want to stay in a nicotine-stained hotel?
Imagine how grotty it was inside, actually. Actually, I've been in there a couple of times.
Have you? Of course you have.
2 weeks.
You counting. 1, 2 weeks. So I've got my top 5.
Yep.
So should we start with 5 and work up? We'll start at 1.
Right, what's your number 5?
So my number 5, sorry I've got it written on the floor. My number 5 is Fire Emblem 3 Houses on the Nintendo Switch. I think it just felt like this was the time they really got it just right for people like me who love all the stuff around the battles, but then were shit at the actual fighting part. Whereas this time they've, I mean, it's like I kind of said in my review, it's like a Persona game. They've put as much of that like social link, side quest stuff into as possible. But they've also made the combat not easy, but just as straightforward as possible. So it's like a perfect wee marriage of the two. I loved it. Brilliant. Cool. Would recommend it to anyone who has a Switch.
Cool.
So what is your number 5?
My number 5 is Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm a sort of casual Kingdom Hearts fan. I've only played like half the series, right?
That's still 20 games.
I know.
I'm a casual. I've only spent 300 hours playing.
I know. Kingdom Hearts 3 is the best of the bunch by a lot of country mile. I really enjoyed it. I loved
by a lot of country miles.
By a lot of country miles. I really enjoyed every level in it. I loved the Toy Story level. They really did the Pixar stuff justice. I liked the big ending battles. I liked all the cutscenes. I liked the fighting system. Was just really fun. It was full of really stupid things happening every 2 minutes. It was like it was made by a kleptomaniac or something, right? Like every 2 minutes something new happens when you're fighting. Like something will activate and you're riding about on a river rapid or a carousel will appear or whatever. It's just the whole thing was just like it was amazing. And then there's mech battles and all that. It's like no 2 bits in the game are the same. Like there's a bit where fucking the sorcerer from the Sorcerer's Apprentice turns up, and he's called Yen Sid in this, which is Disney backwards, right? Yeah. And he turns up. And it's genuinely the coolest thing that's ever happened on my television screen. It was just amazing. Like I was like fist pumping, like yes, you know.
You cried, you cheered.
I cried, I cheered.
I cheered, I shouted, I fist pumped the air, I cried.
My number 4 game of the year, my 4th best game of the year is Shovel Knight King of Cards. And the original Shovel Knight as well is a good like 12-hour game. Do you know what I mean? So you're getting like these extra big chunks.
Okay.
King of Cards for me is probably my favourite one of the bunch, apart from the original Shovel Knight. So far, the character himself is just a big dickhead. because he's called King Knight, so he's a knight. They're all themed like Spectre Knight, obviously kind of goes to. But this guy's a knight who wants to be a king.
Right.
That's it. So he is not a king. Right. But he is the King Knight, so that's his aim. Okay. So throughout the game, you're playing through the levels and you're trying to best these judges. These are the people who are best at this card game, but the rules say all you have to do is beat them. It doesn't say you have to beat them at cards, so he just fights them.
Right, okay.
So you play card games throughout as well, but when you meet these people, he just fights them, and as you fight them, they then join your crew. It's just a culmination of what is probably one of the best indie games of the last 10 years for me, actually, to be honest. Like Shovel Knight was so much fun, so interesting. All the changes they've made throughout as well, like,
and yet it's not in our top 10 games of the decade.
Although it's not in our top 10 games of the decade. Loved it. Cannot recommend it high enough. Although it is only number 4. so after all that, I'm going to have to really...
Top 3 must be really good.
I know, I've really fucked myself now. Yeah. So Joe, what is your 4th best game of the year?
Virtua Racing for the Switch.
I knew it.
Original tracks, original car. You can play an 8-player on the Switch, which is great.
Which we did for our live show.
Did we?
Which you didn't fucking record. Who won that, by the way?
I'm sure.
This guy.
Funny that. It's perfect handling. It's perfect. I mean, I like my arcade racing games.
You know me.
You know me. You know me. I'm a man. I tell it like it is. Compare cider. 100%.
That's.
Give it to me straight. Yeah. But it's just the handling's perfect in it, right? You get a real feel. Like a lot of times people talk about old racing games. They're quite simple, and you don't really get a feel for driving a real car.
Yeah.
With arcade racing games, because the physics and all that are ramped up to like 110% or whatever, it means that you if they're designed right, you really do feel like you're driving a car.
Yeah.
In virtual racing, it feels like you're driving a Formula 1 car, and you can lose control in a second if you don't know what you're doing. I just think it's a great game. It's one of the best racing games I've ever played, and I'm glad that finally it's got a home version that does it justice.
Yeah.
You know?
It's funny it took a wee while to come out and Switch in this country, because we downloaded the Japanese version
yeah.
to begin with.
Yeah. What's your number 3?
My number 3 is Link's Awakening.
That's my number 2.
I think a lot of people were a wee bit unsure about this one. Like, the art style was kind of interesting looking, but I was like, is it enough to make me want to replay a game that I have played a lot?
Yeah.
But putting it on, just the amount of detail in it, the soundtrack.
I think the whole visual style is just lovely.
I think it worked so well.
Because the Zelda template, at the time it originally came out, the Zelda template wasn't quite there. They just got it for Link to the Past.
Yeah.
And already they were like, oh, let's just change it up a wee bit and do something new, like creatively with the theme of it, thematically or whatever. So the structure of it, go to a dungeon, get an item, unlock more of the world, that's still there.
Yeah.
But like thematically, it's like it messes with the whole, like it turns it all upside down, and you get great characters in it, great writing, really lovely. I can see why folk get so attached to it, because it's got this lovely sort of weird, ethereal vibe to it.
Yeah.
No, love it.
Did you have much in the way of technical issue? Because you know there was a few people complaining about the stutter and things like that.
See with technical issues, if it ruins the game for you, if it genuinely makes the game like a disappointment to play, and like, oh, fair enough, complain about them, right? As it is, it never got in the way of me enjoying the game. Like,
that's good.
There was never any sort of.
Yeah, same here.
It's like I can see there's a couple of hit. It's not as if I don't see them, because I'm quite perceptive of these things, you know. But like, as you know.
Oh yeah, of course. You know.
But you know, like, it never got in the way. Never got in the way
good.
of enjoying it. So.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Right, we can't talk about my number 3 game too much, because I think it's your number 1.
Oh fuck it, is it really?
Yeah.
Right, so.
So we'll leave it there. So what's your number 2 game of the year?
So my number 2 is Sekiro. I think everything that they kind of take from the Souls series, I think works incredibly well in Sekiro. But I think what separated for me was like the combat, just the actual sword fighting itself, how you countered, how you parried, was just so, like, it was the right type of accessible. Because I've never been that good at doing it in the Souls games. Yeah. But I was fine with it. Bloodborne. So it's almost like, for me, the spin-offs they've done from their main series, like Bloodborne and Sekiro, are the games I love way more, because they do, I don't know, visually I find them more interesting. Sekiro looks gorgeous at times. It's really, really well put together. It's one of the reasons I'm actually quite excited for the Ghosts of Tsushima game as well, because I'm like, I want more samurai stuff. But I just, the music, the atmosphere, just so much of it, and the traversal as well, like adding the kind of verticality into it, like giving you that kind of weird hook hand. It's an amazingly empowering experience, and I think Sekiro did that really well. Loved it.
Cool.
I loved it.
Right, so our number 1 games.
Right, so my number 1 is your number 3.
Yeah.
Wild. Okay. So should we talk about that first then? We can talk about your number 1, or do you want to talk about your... No, because you finish with your number 1. So we'll talk about my number 1 and your number 3.
Right, okay.
Which is...
Judgment. Judgment is a Yakuza game in spirit, pretty much. It's the same engine, same... Right, different main character, different storyline, sort of a side story to the Yakuza plot. It doesn't really involve the Tojo clan too much. But it's in the same city of Kamurocho, the city that we know and love. But it's like seeing the same city but from a different angle. You're not seeing it from the point of view of like a hardened criminal. Yeah. You're an investigator, and you've got a drone and all that. And
investigator with his robot.
Yeah, with his robot. And I feel like it's just a little. It's more like a slice of life. Something like Kazuma never really felt like he was part of the community. He always felt like you were too busy beating folk up and stuff like that. Whereas like Yagami, he does feel. I do feel like when I played it anyway, I was like living his life a bit more. Like he'd have a wee routine, like go back to his office via the arcade. He'd always have a wee shot of Virtua Fighter before going home and all that kind of stuff. And helping people out felt more integrated into his life a wee bit. I don't think it's as good as Yakuza 6 by a long shot, right? But I do think that it's miles above most of the rest of the series, the Yakuza series, and most of the games I've played recently, just because you feel such a connection to the city, you know, and also the fighting is just hilarious. See that move where you jump on the swing and then kick them? So good.
I think it just does a lot of the things that, I mean, I think there's elements of like the game itself where I'm like, I think the main series does this a wee bit better, this does this better, but as a package, I think the story's excellent. I think they've really put
the
a lot.
Always excellent.
Oh, it is. Always. I think I think it, for me, it just felt like everything from like Yakuza 6, it was just a wee bit up. I mean, I think story-wise, Yakuza 6 is still the best, but like even like the facial stuff they do, like so much is really well captured. The relationship between Yagami and Kaito is excellent. Like just his big fucking strong pal. It's an easy one to say to someone, you can just pick up and play it. You don't need to invest yourself in all this, like how many fucking 8 games or so far the main Yakuza series has had, but more than that now. Loved it. Loved it. It's a nice wee palate cleanser before 7 comes out.
I loved it, and that's why it's my number 3 game.
So Joe, your number 1 game of the year is of course
the game I've been waiting 15 years of my life to play.
Outer Wilds.
Shenmue 3. Which I bought you Shenmue 3.
You have actually. Joe has bought me a copy of Shenmue 3.
Instead of playing Shenmue 3, you went and went, I think I'll play Shenmue 1 and 2.
Yeah. I've not played any of Shenmue 2 for a while.
Anyway, Shenmue 3 is my game of the year, and it's just...
Why?
It's hard to really describe, because I've been thinking about how to explain this, and it's difficult. I feel like it's a game that hasn't bothered
to be good.
All the shit that I don't like in games nowadays, right?
Is all in Shenmue 3.
No.
They haven't bothered to put graphics in it.
No!
I like that.
It looks lovely. It looks really
nice.
nice.
I'm bamming you.
It looks beautiful. The fighting is so much better than I thought it was going to be. The main thing I feel with games nowadays is that to an extent, a lot of them taking inspiration from Uncharted and all that, a lot of them just feel like...
You love Uncharted.
A lot of them feel like the player isn't really a part of the game, right? You just sort of go along with the motions and go, okay, that looks cool, this is fun or whatever, and then you forget about it, you get on with your day and on the rest of your life. Whereas with Shenmue 3, like the first two, but even more so because they've made things a bit more RPG-like, like everything you do in the game, you're invested in it. Like, so you go to the shop in the game, and the shop guy, you can buy stuff where you can chop wood for them to make money. And the money, what no? And the money lets you buy
stuff for the shop.
No.
Go on this light bulb.
Honestly,
chop 2 bits of wood,
I do not know how to describe it.
Is that just like Animal Crossing?
No, it's a bit like Animal Crossing, right? But if Animal Crossing had a fighting system involved, right? Because you can buy fighting moves, but you can also trade things in to get new fighting moves. So you buy. I honestly don't know how to explain how.
Wait. You buy fighting moves. You think you could just read it in the shop and then be like, oh,
you can't.
That's how I do a punch.
Oh, XX circle.
Yeah.
I'm not doing a very good job of explaining this, right?
No, it's good. You chop wood, you buy punches that you have to learn for weeks on end. I think the important thing is you've had a good time.
I've had a great time.
And you spent a lot of money doing it.
I loved it. I finished it the other night. I've played through the ending a few times now just because it's so unbelievably cool what happens in it. It's some of the best fight scenes in a video game I've ever seen.
Does he meet Landy? Is Landy even in it?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Is that a spoiler?
Well, no, it's in the trailers.
Oh, is it alright?
Yeah.
I've not watched any of the trailer.
I won't spoil it for you, but you do meet Landy.
Do.
And it's honestly...
But is he friendly?
Shenmue 3, seriously, it's my game of the year. I know I'm not doing a great job of describing it, but it's one of the games that if it grabs you, it really grabs you, like nothing else.
Yeah.
I really felt like everything I was doing in the game made a difference, and I wasn't just sitting there sort of passively going, oh, that's really nice, and I was like...
You're passively learning how to punch.
Anyway, that's our top 5 games of 2019.
Yeah.
Both are lists, which are both almost completely different.
I think both are completely valid. Isn't that fair?
Yeah.
Is that not a fair thing to say?
Yeah.
Well, you might say my list isn't as valid.
I was about
you
to
just
say
sat there talking about earlier on.
No, I was about to say mine isn't.
Earlier on,
because I've got Shenmue 3 at the top of the list.
We're talking about Animal Crossing coming next, and you're like, oh, I don't really like Animal Crossing. Then it turns out you're fucking playing Animal Crossing, except Big Shemu's the one chopping wood and buying sticks or whatever. Buying, oh, I need a light bulb. Oh, you need a light bulb? That'll be 2 logs out the back.
No, there's a hotel.
How much for a loaf?
No, no. Seriously, play Shenmue 3. You won't regret it. It's an amazing game.
Yeah, I'm sure.
An amazing experience. And if you're sick and tired of
you talking about it,
then stop watching this video right now. Anyway, I hope you had a good 2019.
Yes, we've got so much to look forward to. We've got Joe, who'll probably compare every game that comes out now to...
Is it like Final Fantasy 15 or Shenmue 3?
Wow, I hadn't even thought about that. It's going to be a long year. But there's a lot to look forward to. We've got, I mean, practically every game that's coming out next year is coming out in like March and April.
I know. March is going to be
we'll be taking the rest of the year off after that.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, tons to look forward to. And yeah, it's been a great year. Thanks for watching all the videos. Thanks for downloading the podcast. And of course, thanks for supporting us on Patreon as well.
Yes.
And remember, you can sign up at any time, midnight.
And without all your help,
we'd still be doing it. We'd still be doing this, but we just look a bit more angry.
No, we wouldn't be able to make these videos in this lovely car, in a car park.
The car that Patreon bought.
And Kilmarnock. Well,
yeah. So
until next year, keep it sucking.